Good morning. Today is June 3rd, 2023. It's 7:15 a.m. my time. I am forced to do this video because of the criminal acts that are going on at 283 Thomas Drive, King of Prussia, PA 19406. So, I'm trying to protect myself. I'm trying to protect my sister. And I've been doing this for the past, since 2012, since I asked for a divorce. I have been targeted. I have been accused of false accusations. The courts don't hold anyone accountable. There is no law. There is no law. They just do what they want and run over you because you are a slave. So, I'm going to read this out loud because legal entrapment is unlawful and is a crime. I, Tamara-Jean Sweeney, all lowercase, born March 16th, 1967, do not consent. I revoke any and all deceived consent. I revoke any and all deceived consents and do not contract. I gave my autograph to this on May 17th, 2023. I'm restoring man and divine law. So I'll tell you what happened or what's going on. I just learned of this today. That somebody broke into the house and stole my files, my evidence. And let me explain this. I made sure the files were out of the way, so it wasn't in my sister's way or anything like that. I locked them in an attic and it was locked, bolted. I have a video because I ended up doing this and then I lost the key. So I had to unlock it and I had to get someone saw it off. These are big locks I'm talking about, big bolts. So somebody broke into the house and instead of unlocking the lock and sawing it off, they unscrewed the screws and intentionally broke in and stole files, old computers, and I don't know what they're doing. This is all been told to me just now, so I have no idea of everything that they have taken. But they are taking my evidence to try to turn it around to make me look guilty. So this is going to be a self-published public notice due to the controlled media, due to all the criminals in our system, in our government agencies. I'm talking about Montgomery County Courthouse. I'm talking about all the judges involved. I'm talking about all the lawyers involved, especially Albert Earl and his lawyers, and my brother, William Todd Gerstemeier. So they did the smear campaign again. Nobody can let my story die. It's been since 2012 and they're still talking about it. These people are billionaires. They don't need my sister's house. They don't need it. But yet they want to make her homeless. They want to put her in a nursing home so that they can just kill her off. So I'm telling you, I'm doing this for our protection. So to all concerned, I, Tamara-Jean Sweeney, in lower cases, born March 16th, 1967, hereby give formal notice that having investigated thoroughly authority services and inverted justices, and that I confirm, evidencing the unlawful actions and legal fraud deceptions utilizing the name in capitals and its deceived consent via the birth certificate and all its associated profitable scams, extortions, and corruptions, the deception creating the covert trading legal entrapment. Side note, God's law, Torah, has not been removed. It is just obscured. Note, legal entrapment is unlawful. It is a recognized crime. So I, with immediate effect, revoke all consents to all legal matters, past and present, unless a dual signed and contract is held, shown in my real name and signature. Therefore, I do not consent. I do not contract. I do not acquiesce. I can't say that word. ACQUIESCE, nor trade or allow access or inquiry to my nor my children's SESTA-QV trust, my Social Security account, otherwise known as our withheld estate. Everyone, and bar no one, has a duty in law to not commit crime, deceive, abuse, entrap, exploit, or extort. All deemed authorities are now notified and therefore have no legal jurisdiction against me. I am now not deemed dead at sea, and I am no longer to be contract or addressed in the legally entrapment trading naming capitals, nor be identified in the law revoking status of Master, Mr., Mrs. I shall continue to investigate and evidence on all individuals involved as part of the ongoing public investigation and exposure. This deception is a national and international historic secret kept by benefiting free Masonic secret societies via corporations, central banking war debt profiteering, and for all scams, bond equity frauds, and their conduits. These and the covert control only remain via the upheld and maintained public naivety and debilitation until now. I notify you that I am now also aware and comprehending the deceptive form of legalese language as another unlawful instrument of manipulating, legally entrapping. Therefore, I am only to be addressed as a man, as a woman, or a member of the public from now on, not an understanding person, civilian, or citizen. I am aware of all the historic Machiavellian principles used, including the Great Fire of London and bubonic plague ruse, used extensively to sneak in this SESTA-QV trust deception, uncontended for the corrupt canon acts, plus the associated historic facade of day count plans and the depopulation schemed deceptions associated. Also, now exposed is the extent of bond equity profiteering, facading fraud courts that are businesses disguised as courts and upheld as fraud by facading professionals, judiciary that provide only bogus documents via proxy. These systematic collusions are substantially pro-narcissistic, pro-abuser, pro-legal, pro-deviant, pedophilia, and cover up omnipotent Freemason organized corruptions in intentions. This includes the Phoenix scam. That's a business destruction, takeover, insolvency, plus the mortgage fraud and property scams, which is going on right now to our property at 283 Thomas Drive in King of Prussia. This also is in accordance with the corresponding fraud family court that our new world order international scheme are now identified as using bogus gagging orders. So I state on the record that the inverted outcomes that were previously inexplicable, this is for extending extortion via drawn out cases, induces pro-narcissistic parental alienation, forced adoption, child trafficking, and care home abuses and cover-ups. all going against obvious children's needs, wishes, and personal welfare. This is all a systematic guise that prevents witness, evidence, authentic documents, recording, and by the fraud name in capital letters. So accountability. So it is in private. I and my children issue have been imposed into debilitation, threat, and harm, not known through manipulative threats. I am not fooled by coronavirus, vaccines, or the evil confusion, order out of chaos going on. I now contend all actions control oppression in legal entrapments, the admiralty beast rising of the sea. With law, and I am restoring my status to man, woman, and so restoring God's law, Torah, in the process. This notice has been shared directly to a minimum of 20 members of the local public being served today, June 1st, 2023, date of revoked consent. So please spread this out. I need a lot of views on this so that you are my witnesses to this statement. I am tired of the abuse. There is no, people are always like, just do the right thing. I have done the right thing, but they are not fair on their end. And I'll give you a couple examples. They stole my sister's house. These are 3 men that are involved. One's name is Tom Sweeney. He is, I believe, a 33rd degree Mason. I believe this. My brother, I don't know what he's involved in, but he was hired by my ex. My brother-in-law was hired by my ex. My brother-in-law had to divorce my sister. He divorces my sister. They put the house in foreclosure, stole the house. And then he goes off with another woman to a different state and takes the children. For me, my kids were alienated. The divorce decree means nothing. You're never truly married and you're never truly divorced. This is just a system that makes money off of us believing that we're married and believing that we're divorced. We are enslaved until you put out these consents. So please, everyone, take note. I will put these consent forms in writing on my description page. So feel free to write them and do the same for yourself, because everyone is asleep and nobody knows what's going on. I have been through hell and back, and so is my family. And the criminals are the people that hold high positions, that have licenses to kill. And I mean it. I have witnessed enough, and this is my truth. So if anything happens to me, I would never commit suicide. I would never harm anyone. So if something happens to me, like they throw me in jail, they murder me, whatever, it wasn't me. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I've been threatened my whole life since the day I asked for divorce. I have been threatened. It is domestic family terrorism. So I'm going to give you an example. They make all these promises and they're like, okay, we're going to do the divorce and we're going to kick you out of the house, even though you stayed in that house and raised those kids alone while your husband was never there. He never helped do anything around the house. I maintained it and took care of the kids. I get thrown out of the house. I have to wait 10 years for them to sell the house. And they're like, you'll get 50% and Tom's responsible for the mortgage and the taxes. Well, no, that didn't happen. They put all the taxes in my name. My ex didn't pay the bills on purpose. Even though he makes billions of dollars, he purposely put the house in foreclosure to ruin my credit, to ruin my name, to make it look on paper that I'm the bad person. So I couldn't sell the house They put it in foreclosure. I didn't get 50% of anything. And guess who owns the house? These LLCs that my ex is a part of. He is a partnership to these LLCs. And guess who lives in the house? One of his shareholders. So this is mortgage fraud, and it has to be exposed. Has to be exposed, because these people are claiming insurance claims, getting all these commercial loans, and living off of this stuff and using your identity to do it. In the meantime, on paper, it looks like I'm the guilty one. And all I've been doing is trying to stop the corruption. And it's very difficult. It's very hard. So I am being framed right now, but I am protecting myself. I put my consent out there, and we'll see what happens. God bless. God has been protecting me, and I am trusting in God and putting it in God's hands to protect me from this evil system, because they have harmed me intentionally. I am the harmed party. I am the abused party here. And these people have to stop. They need to leave my sister alone. They don't need another house. And I have a lawyer who I haven't had on my docket, and I've taken him off my docket, but they keep putting him back on. Any evidence that I put into the courts, they triage or take it off the docket. There's so much fraud. It is filthy, disgusting. And I mean it. Nobody out there should trust a judge or anyone that wears a robe, especially a black robe. This is the courts of Satan. And I am a part of heaven's courts. I will go nowhere else. But I go by God's law. I go by Torah. I go by his law, and that is it. So I had to put this out there. I'm sorry you guys had to listen to this. I'm sorry my reading is not that great. I am just sick and nauseous that this is going on and that they won't stop. The abuse is over the top. And I need everyone, anyone that is in the Philadelphia area. I have at least 300 cases that have gone through Montgomery County court system. I need those people to stand up. Go stand by 283 Thomas Drive and picket and put out there Torah's law. Put signs up. We need people to start talking. We need people to start sticking up for yourself. Unless if you want to be enslaved the rest of your life. The police are not your friends. They are out to harm you. Same with the sheriff. The esquires are bankers. They're glorified bankers. The lawyers are philosophers. They don't know law. The judges, when you go to court, it's a bank. And you got a trustee there, you got your bonds there, and you got people stealing out of your trust that you don't even know that you have. So please, please, let this video go viral, because I know they're going to try to put it down. Make it go viral. Please, maybe even put a signature here on this video that you agree. Please, we need people. We need people to stand up and help my sister and stop them from stealing the third house. These people don't need money. They make billions. They're just out there to destroy humans. They hate us. They hate us. And hate is a very destructive word. I don't like it. Okay. We need prayers. Thank you for listening, and God bless. Love dominates. Love dominates. Agape love. That means God's love, God's law. God loves his children. You have the decision to stick to the truth and the light or stick to darkness. It's up to you guys. All right. God bless. I'll say it again. God bless. Love you.